Yo, what's up? Yeah, man, it's your boy. I might be like 5 months late to the party, but I finally watched Morbius. It's new on Netflix because I had no intentions at all paying any types of money to go to the cinema and see this movie. I knew nothing of the character as a child, never heard of him, never seen him in any cartoons, didn't know he even existed until this movie was being developed. Okay, Jared Leto, I like him, great actor. The premise, hey, I love vampires, but this movie is probably about 25 years too late. It seemed like early 90s, maybe late 80s type superhero movie. The special effects, some are questionable. Questionable in the sense of outdated. It's like a mix between Nightcrawler bamfing in X-Men 2 in the White House to stop and pose for the camera like in The Matrix. It's cool, but it's been done before. And it's been done before, and it's been done before. This movie was dry as the Mojave Desert. It had no personality. Morbius, Michael's character, is bland. And I get it, he's sick, he's pale, but once you get those vampire powers, you should liven up a little bit. Now his counterpart, the antagonist, his childhood friend, who later becomes the villain, has all the characteristics and charisma of a great villain, but he wasn't a great villain. I still don't understand his motivation into becoming a villain. What, being a handicapped kid and getting beat up by some kids in the alley, getting kicked because they got your little letter from your boyfriend? I don't know, man. This movie lacked all type of character. And I'm at the point now with these movies that are superhero based, at least DC has Gotham City for Batman. At least DC has Metropolis for Superman. This movie, once again, takes place in New York. How many superheroes are in New York? It's baffling how to keep doing the same thing over and over and over. You got these two detectives that have no reason being in the movie. It's pointless. They just walk around and talk. They don't do anything in this movie. The other doctor / love interest for Michael Morbius, it's lackluster, man. It's nothing grabs you at all. The intro of this movie is the best part. It captured me. I'm like, okay, we're kind of like in for like a horror / superhero flick. But science plagues me in this movie. So if I go to a cave, and these have to be, I guess, vampire bats, if you just cut your hand, 1,000 of them just come flying out and gobble you up. Is that how it works? You cut your hand with a little knife and you get thousands of vampire bats chasing you? I don't know the science of vampire bats, so I'm asking. This movie had me nodding my head several times throughout the show. I was falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep, waking up. This movie is bland and it is boring. The climax is anticlimactic. I was like, what? This is the end? A big ass M came up on the screen and it said directed by. I'm like, get out of here. This cannot be over. And the graphics for the intro and the outro, I get it, the blue and red, for the synthetic fake blood is blue, the real blood is red. I get that, the color play, but it looked like some 1980s video game. It was very outdated. This movie was trapped in a time capsule. It's not a horrible movie. It's just a movie that's very, very undeveloped. And I guess on a chopping block in the editing room, a lot was cut out. It's still an hour and 44 minutes. That's enough time to get you excited about the movie you're watching. Not one point in time was I excited. And man, was I let down in that third act. And when you got a person like Jared Leto in a movie, he's a great dynamic actor. Let him act. He moped through this whole movie, man. I'm like, wow, this is really boring. And his counterpart, Milo, I guess he was counteractive and was over the top. When he first got use of his legs, he's dancing with his shirt off, showing off his muscles. And he's rich. Michael is smart. They're both are doing things illegal. Now, how Milo got his money, I don't know, but he's definitely dealing with the Russian mob. And Michael Morbius taking these trips to these vampire caves and doing illegal things, illegal practices, might lose his license. It's kind of a cool story. My best friend's a mobster. I'm doing illegal shit as a doctor, and we're trying to find a cure for our raggedy bodies using vampire blood. Or, I guess, right? Sounds kind of cool. And I guess if you get a little taste of this blood, you automatically become a vampire that can't die. This movie reminded me more of a Batman origin story than a Morbius origin story. And I thought Morbius was a cool last name. Come to find out, it's his last name. I thought it really meant something, like Morbius meant something like in the lore or something. No, it's just Michael's last name. I'm like, oh man. Yeah. I'm glad I did not pay $15 full price to see this movie in theaters. I probably would have been very upset. Come home on a Wednesday evening from work. It's on Netflix. Not a bad way to watch it. So yeah. Y'all probably seen this movie many, many times over. It's a one-time watch for me. Even the parts that I missed while I fell asleep, I don't care to revisit it. This movie is bland, in my opinion. Well, with that I say, be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, and more importantly, leave your comments down low. And I'm out. Peace. And you know the routine. Fade to black.